welcome to Restless Chipotle Kitchen. Today we are making a slow cooker version of an iconic Southern favorite. So let's check it out. This is so unbelievably easy. You're gonna love it. So what we need is about 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds of chicken breast or chicken thighs. You want them skinless and boneless for this recipe. You want 1 pound of refrigerated biscuits. I got the Grand's honey butter chicken honey butter biscuits, and this is a full pound, but if you get the regular size ones, you're gonna need 2 cans. Cream of chicken soup, cream of celery soup, or I prefer cream of mushroom sometimes, so that's what I'm using today. You need peas and carrots. You can get the frozen peas and carrots together if you want to. I didn't happen to have any, so I'm using regular carrots, onions, poultry seasoning, sage. If you're not using cream of celery soup, then grab some celery. I put 2 stalks sliced, and that's what I'm putting in there. Chicken stock, if I didn't already say that, and my chicken seasoning that's on the blog, or seasoned salt, or salt and pepper, whatever you like. You're not going to believe how easy this is. It's crazy. Crazy. All right. The first thing that we always do is spray the inside of the slow cooker with no-stick cooking spray. That makes it so much easier to clean up later on, and I like an easy cleanup. How about you? We're going to just put the chicken right in the slow cooker, and again, this is about 1.5 pounds. You can use 2 pounds. I really kind of thought about doubling this because I have company this weekend, but I'm not gonna. I think it'll be enough. Anyway, you can put more chicken in there if you want to. And I'm gonna season it with my seasoning blend that's on the blog. And then I'm going to set the chicken aside. Y'all, I'm starting with the right size bowl this time, so that's amazing to me. You're gonna get a bowl, and you're gonna put in your cream of celery or whatever kind, cream of mushroom, cream of broccoli is good. I've even used cheddar cheese soup in this. It's just, you just can't ruin it. And then you're gonna put in your cream of chicken. And the sage, poultry seasoning, and you're just going to stir that up. I had my whisk over here, and I was going to whisk it, but it almost didn't seem like there was a point to doing that. Once you get that all mixed up, I'm going to put on my celery, just pour that right in, my carrots, and my onions. All right. I'm going to wait on the peas because they're frozen, and they will get super mushy during the long cooking time. The raw vegetables, any raw vegetables that you use should go in with the chicken, but any like frozen vegetables or canned vegetables you use, you're going to put in later on, and I'll show you that when it comes time. Once we have that done, we're going to spoon our mixture over it, and it doesn't matter that it's not perfectly spooned over or covering it, because the slow cooker will do its magic, and it will all work. You watch and see. I'm just going to spread this around a little bit. And then to that, I'm going to add my 2 cups of chicken stock. You can use chicken broth if you don't have chicken stock. I'm going to put the cover on it, and I'm going to set it on low for 8 hours. You can cook it on, thank you. You can cook it on high for 4 hours, but here's the deal. Chicken gets tough if you cook it too fast. And the slow cooker cooks chicken beautifully, but it does it the best if you cook it slow. So 8 hours on low, and set a timer for the 7-hour point, because what we're going to do at 7 hours is we're going to come back and put our peas and our biscuits in there, and then let it cook for another hour, and that's what's going to make the chicken and dumplings. So I will see y'all in 8 hours. All right, after about 7 hours, what you're going to do is take the top off, and you're going to take 2 forks and just get in there and shred that chicken. You don't have to shred it in small pieces. You can just, you just want to break it up so that it's not the whole chicken breast in there. The more that you break it up, the more that you shred it, the thicker that it's ultimately going to be, although it will still thicken up because we're going to put the biscuits in there. But I like to get it shredded pretty small. So, and you're just going to shred that by putting the fork in the meat and pulling it apart from each other that way, and it will fall apart. If it doesn't fall apart, then it's not cooked enough and you need to put it back in, put the cover back on, and let it cook a little bit more, or a lot more, just depending. But it should fall apart just like that. All right, so we've got that shredded. Just want to make sure that I've got all of it. That does look good already though, doesn't it? Okay. Now, I'm going to put the peas in. Remember, we didn't put the peas in because they're frozen. And we didn't want them to cook the whole time. So everything else was raw, but the peas were frozen. So we're just going to put those in there. And I'm going to put the cover back on just so we don't lose very much heat. Whoops. Because we're going to roll out the biscuits now. So I'm going to get that out of the way. Just open up your biscuits. And it says put a spoon, but I'm a rebel, so I'm going to use a fork. And hang on. So my grocery order just came, and so the dogs are a little barky. Okay, you're going to open that up and take the biscuits out and put them on your countertop. Make sure your countertop is nice and clean because we're going to roll these out. And if there's any little crumbs or anything sticking to the counter, you can guarantee they're going to be in your dumplings. So you're going to get your the biscuit. And you can put a little flour on it if you need it. I'm going to hope that maybe I don't need it. You're going to roll these out really thin. Just like that. And I'm going to try to make this more of a square shape. You don't have to do that, but it'll make the dumplings more even. And then I'm going to cut them in squares. Just like that. It's good to cut them in even-sized squares. That one's a little bit too big. But, you know, if you don't, you don't. Then we'll do the same thing again. Roll it out. Nice and thin. Turn that into a square as much as I can so I can cut evenly. Haha, because we know I never cut evenly. Right? Case in point. There we go. And if they seem a little bit thick, just pull them out. Some of these I got a little bit thicker than I wanted. Now remember, these are going to have a whole nother hour to cook. So they are going to get nice and cooked, and they'll be nice and, I don't know, do I want to say chewy or doughy? I love the way that dumplings are in chicken and dumplings. Gosh, losing my words today. I love the way that they are. They're kind of chewy and kind of doughy and kind of mushy, and these come out just like that. This is great. It's so easy. Now, do I like old-fashioned homemade chicken and dumplings from scratch? Yes, I do. Do I always have time to make it? No, I do not. So when I don't have time to make it, this is a great alternative. And let me tell you, this part is actually what takes the longest, and it doesn't take long at all if you're not trying to do a video at the same time. So there's that. Okay, just about done. I'm doing the last one right now. If you don't have biscuit dough, or you can't get biscuit dough for whatever reason, or you just don't feel like getting biscuit dough, you can use the crescent roll dough. It works fine. Sometimes I think it works a little better, so try both and see which one you like better. You definitely, when you're cutting out the biscuits, when you're cutting them into dumplings, you definitely want to make sure that the cover is on the slow cooker, or it's really going to slow down your cooking time. You'll have to add like an hour or more to it. Every time you take the cover off a slow cooker, it adds, I can't remember what it is, but several minutes to the cooking time, because all of that warm air that's circulating is let out. So you only open it if you absolutely have to. In this case, we absolutely have to, because it's how we get the dumplings in there. We're going to take the cover back off, and you're just going to drop the dumplings in. Now, I messed some of these up as I was picking them up, so I'm going to pull them back out. You just want to lay these right on top, and they can be, they can overlap a little. It's not going to hurt them a bit. You want to do it as quickly as you can, though, because you don't want to lose too much heat. You want these to cook. If the top gets too full and you can't get them on there in a layer, just push them down a little bit. That will keep the next layer from sticking to those. Sometimes I have a whole lot, and sometimes I don't have many at all. And I don't know if it's because of the way that I cut them, or the way that I roll them out, or just pure dumb luck. But so that's what I do. If I can't fit any more on in a single layer, I'll just go ahead and push down gently with my fork, and then put the layer on top of that. No big deal. Now they're all in there. All we have to do is put the top back on, cook it for about another hour, and I'll see y'all back here in an hour. Well, y'all, it's been about 8.5 hours. This has been done for a little bit, and I let it sit because I was doing something else. So let's take a look and see what we got here. Ooh, look at that. Gravy, chicken, dumplings, peas, carrots, everything. Just like Grandma's chicken and dumplings, right? Looks so good. Now, I want to tell y'all, I have had it at times where the dumplings or the biscuits soaked up all of the gravy. If that happens, just add some milk or some cream, or a can of cream of chicken soup mixed with some water or some milk. Whatever you need to do to get it juicy again, and get that creaminess going, because that's what we want. But it's just, you wouldn't believe how good it smells in here. Wow. Look at that. So y'all, here it is. The chicken is tender and falling apart. The dumplings they soaked up that all of the sauce and the gravy, and it's so creamy and delicious. Hardly any prep time at all. Just perfect. So good. Absolutely perfect comfort food for fall, and it's so easy. Gotta love it. All right, that's it for me today. I will see y'all back here next week. We're going to do something amazing and delicious. Not sure what it is, but I know it's going to be great. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up and a nice comment, and give this a try and let me know what you think, okay? Because it is delicious. Love y'all, and I will talk to y'all next week. Bye-bye.